Disclaimer for YouTube, Jim does have Tourette's, so please excuse any bad language or obscene behaviour.
Croeso!
Welcome back.
My name's Jim.
I'm Lou.
And we are Fields and Flocks.
Today is episode 2 of our Smallholding Versus series.
And before we start, Australia is not just a place we've researched, it's actually a place that we've travelled and lived, and a place that some of my family still calls home.
Yeah, we spent a good amount of time out there travelling, working. It was Queensland, the Northern Territory, Victoria and New South Wales. And it was the first time that we really saw homesteads.
Homesteads on scale as well, and homesteads different to smallholdings and farms.
Different to what we're used to seeing, yeah.
Then I had a car crash and our life changed completely. And without boring you with all the details, you fucking prats, yes! We eventually settled in West Wales. Yes, you dirty little prick. Yes. To say that it's the complete opposite environment is an understatement.
Yeah, the memories of Australia really stuck with us. It was the scale, the heat, the wildlife, and the way the people lived so independently.
So today's video is a proper personal one. We're comparing our British homestead, wet, muddy, rainy, with our Australian counterparts.
Let's get into it.
Boom!
West Wales is wet. We get rain, fog, mist, sideways rain and more rain. On average, we get 1,800 millimetres of rain each year. That's 71 inches and nearly 6 feet of water.
Probably quite hard for Australians to imagine that. Now, Australia is dry and hot, brutally hot. Well, except for when we found ourselves door knocking for Aussie farmers in Melbourne in September or October, and it was freezing.
It was cold.
We were like getting rained on. It was not a pleasant experience.
We were just like, this is not what we expected Australia to be like.
This is not what the brochure sold Australia to be. But for the most part, Australia's hot.
Some places in Australia hit around 40 degrees Celsius and get less than 300 millimetres of rain in a year.
While we're often fighting mud, the Australians are fighting drought, and that is a huge difference. The average smallholding in the UK is between 1 and 50 acres. Our own plot here is 2.5 acres, and we have to be really careful to use every spot wisely.
The average cattle station in Australia is 2,000 hectares. That's average or around 5,000 acres of land, which is crazy for us to even comprehend. Even a small Australian farm will still be hundreds and hundreds of acres.
Our plot here would take you about 5 minutes to tour around, maybe 10 if you were to stop at the wildlife. In Australia, it could take hours. You might even need to pack lunch and bring water. I still remember do you remember when we went to my aunt's ex-husband, or to be more specific, my nan's sister's ex-husband, and we went to his place. He had a little golf buggy. We went round, we went down to see his dam, and we went past this tree. It was absolutely full of lizards. But yeah, his small holding, completely different to ours here.
In the UK, our serious predators would be a fox, a polecat.
You fluffy cunt!
Or maybe even a buzzard. However, there are rumours of big cats, which we're pretty sure we've seen one.
We definitely saw
yeah,
one.
Well, we definitely saw it. We just didn't get the evidence, did we, to confirm.
My camera decided to act like a Nokia 3310. I don't know if you had those in Australia, but they were rubbish phones with a rubbish camera.
It's too blurry and you just can't even begin to make it out.
I wish we had this camera then, because we would have got some awesome shots.
What is it we thought it was?
We thought it was a puma.
A puma, that was it. We're pretty certain it was a puma. You do hear of them in other places.
Yeah, there's been sightings all across Wales, so.
Yeah, but otherwise it's generally polite problems really. Slugs eating your seedlings is the biggest pain. Squirrels, rabbits,
Maybe some deer damage.
Maybe some deer damage. We're not too affected here, but other parts of the UK, yeah, deers can be a bit of a pest. But it's terrifying, no. Annoying, yes.
Now in Australia, you've got some really big predator issues. Not only do you have feral cats and feral foxes, you've also got crocodiles and things that look like they've evolved specifically to ruin your day.
Not to mention the poisonous ones.
Not to mention the poisonous ones. I actually got bit by a spider. I had to go to hospital while we were out there. I had a steroid injection in my arse. And I'm not exaggerating here. Feral cats alone kill over 270 million native species each year.
Quite the contrast to our slugs, really.
Yeah, and we're not even talking about Australian pests yet. They've got these most cutest little...
We think they're awesome.
Yeah, little possums who'll come in, destroy your garden. You'll have kangaroos, which can be 100 strong in a pack, that will have no problem kicking down your fence. And you've got cockatoos and rosellas that will whack an orchard in a day, absolutely devastating crops.
Not to mention as well the flies.
Oh, don't even get started on the flies or the mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes.
In Britain, people, especially in Scotland, think our midges are bad. In Australia, the insects want your soul. You fucking cunts! Yeah! On Smallholdings here in the UK, you'll find a proper mix of animals. You'll find sheep, chickens, geese, ducks, guinea fowl, pigs, and cattle, even llamas are actually growing quite popularly amongst British smallholdings. Or is it alpacas? One of the camelids.
One of them.
Yay! You cheeky camel bastard! He's got the hump!
But in Australia, cattle ranching in particular is massive. There is on average roughly 28 million cattle. That's more cows than people.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy in itself. But even small farms often keep cattle because the climate and the land suits grazing so well.
You'll even find emu farms, crocodile farms and kangaroo farms in Australia, which to the British is pretty mad.
I think open up your love for emus.
Yeah, I absolutely love them. And Lou will not let me get either an emu or a rhea here, but she has agreed that if we get to 100,000 subs, she's going to let me get a wallaby. And yeah, so that's got to be worth a sub, innit?
I think I could warm to a wallaby, but I'm not sure about an emu.
And another interesting difference isn't just on livestock, but it's also on the crops we grow, and we're going to get to that later on in the video. So if you have liked the video or lose tits, yes, if you have liked the video, please leave us a subscribe, a like, hype, you fucking cunt. Now, meat production here on a Smallholding doesn't include kangaroos. We're proud to do 2 pigs, some chickens, and we will be getting sheep next year.
And if you're interested in how we process meat here in the UK, we have 2 meat processing videos
fucking cunts.
on both the chickens and the pigs, and we'll link them at the end of this video. Here in Wales, we're usually trying to divert or get rid of the water.
In Australia, water is life. There's a million, up to couple of millions of people that don't have mains water at all. They use rainwater collection, dams and reservoirs to store their water.
But that's quite hard to imagine here in the UK.
Boom!
We're used to the odd hosepipe ban, but generally on this side in Wales, it's the fact that there's too much water.
Definitely. And now that ties into infrastructure really well. Here in Britain, we are almost everybody is connected. Water, sewage, mobile signal, electricity. Unless you choose to be off-grid, almost everybody is connected. Even in rural areas like this, where septic tanks are more common, there are still more and more are being moved over to mains sewage every year.
In Australia, some places aren't connected at all. Homes will rely on generators, septic tanks, solar panels, rainwater tanks, long drop toilets. That's proper self-sufficiency.
And laundry in Australia, it's one cold tap on the veranda in a twin tub. We stopped using them somewhere around 1920. Yay! Water! Yay! Water! No, my phone.
Oh, you muppet. Good job, they're a bit waterproof, he says.
It's gonna be fucked, isn't it? You fucking prat! You fucking cunts! The trials and tribulations of Tourette's on a smallholding.
This next one is pretty interesting because both Australia and the UK are rather strict, only it's about different things.
In the UK, they really care about visual impact and whether your neighbour minds. If the neighbour complains or it blocks their view, you've got little to no chance.
Whereas in Australia, it's more about the actual structure itself, whether it can survive the climate or things like termites.
Here, does it spoil the view or bother the neighbours? But in Australia, it's will it blow away, burn down or collapse?
And there's the rates bill. So over here, it's based on your house.
You noisy geese cunt! Yes, fluffy bastards!
Whereas in Australia, it's based on the amount of square kilometres that you own, which is a different kind of pain.
Yeah, different priorities. In the UK, a boundary isn't just a line on a map. Often they are living, breathing structures dating hundreds of years old. And in some parts of the UK, they are legally protected.
In the UK, some of the walls and boundaries we have are older than Australia as a country. If part of it falls down, it has to be put back exactly how it was.
Yay.
Otherwise, the council will send a person out with a clipboard.
And then we go on to our hedgerows, which started being erected in 1604 with the Enclosures Act. Some date even before that. And this will really blow the mind of some Aussies. The oldest stone wall in the UK is dated circa 2800 to 2500 BC.
For us on our holding around August time, our neighbour kindly trims up some of the hedges. He uses a tractor flail, and if we allow the hedge to get a couple of inches over into the lane and a Range Rover, for example, was to drive past and get scratched, we would be personably liable.
Hedge laying is actually a competitive sport here in the UK, and people go up and down the country with their bill hooks making the best hedge, and they're even judged on how pretty the hedge is at the end.
They do look pretty though, don't they? They look
nice.
beautiful. In Australia, however, you could get 5 lines of wire, a couple of star pickets, and as long as it keeps the roos and the cattle in,
Roos out,
cattle in, job is done. It may be accompanied by a handwritten sign which says piss off.
Some of the signs we saw in Australia were absolutely
brilliant,
bloody brilliant. No one does signs like the Aussies.
When it comes to growing food in the UK, we're a bit more, let's call it, consistent. We grow things like potatoes, brassicas, carrots, apples, berries, a proper temperate climate.
Yes. Australia is completely different. It's a bit like somebody has clicked randomise on a map generator. They've got a bit of everything. They've got a Mediterranean wine country. They've got tropical rainforests, and they've got deserts that haven't seen rain for years.
Sun's right in my eyes.
You fucking sun, get out of my eyes!
Which means Australia can grow almost anything. Bananas, mangoes, citrus fruits, macadamia nuts, sugarcane.
And then in the south, they've got lentils, barley, wheat, a really big broad acre farming with machines bigger than our house and combines that could probably swallow our smallholding in a couple of minutes.
And seeing the sugarcane fields in Queensland, the scale of it it's mind-blowing, isn't it?
We could drive from here to the tip of Scotland, and in Australia, we drove for that long just past sugarcane fields.
It's the pure vastness
Yeah.
of the country that just blew us away, wasn't it?
Although I will say there are some distinct differences in the flavour of fruit. Some things in Australia, Britain will never compete with.
Over here, we'll buy, you know, your mangoes and your tropical fruit. It's very expensive over here.
You ruined it for us.
Yeah, you
We've
did.
come
You ruined
back
it
from Australia, and now all those fruits taste
They never
rubbish.
taste the same. We have one and we're like, oh, it's just not as good
You
as
fucking
direct from
prat!
Australia.
You're a good cat.
But on the flip side of that, we found the same when we were in Australia.
Yep.
Things like the
pears, strawberries, apples.
apples.
No contest, guys.
No.
Ours beat yours every day of the week. I've never had a nice apple. And you know, maybe you can find them, but I never had a nice one when I was in there. And your
Yeah.
strawberries, I hate to say this, perhaps some of you homesteaders grow some nice ones, but the ones in the supermarket are absolutely awful. Don't taste like a strawberry. Don't taste anything like a strawberry.
But it's down to the weather conditions, isn't it? It's like
Strawberries love frost.
When something's got the ideal weather conditions, you just cannot compete on flavour.
No. Here in the UK, it only normally takes about 5 minutes to walk to a shop or 10 minutes to drive if you're really rural.
Whereas in Australia, your nearest neighbour might be over an hour away. Some children use a thing called the School of Air, which is lessons done by radio or online because your nearest school might be hundreds of kilometres away.
I think the area it covers is the size of Southwest Europe. Absolutely mind-blowing. And we actually met some people, proper Aussies, who had their kids in the School of Air, but they were pretending but we weren't in Australia at the time, we were in Thailand. And they were pretending to be in North Queensland while still doing the School of Air. So yeah, definitely Aussies have it much harder. Remote Aussies have it much harder than us remote Brits, who are basically 5 minutes from a shop.
Yeah.
Something practical like breaking down in a car really highlights the difference. Here in Britain, breaking down a car is a slight inconvenience. Somebody will be with you, a mate or a breakdown recovery pace within an hour. In Australia, it can be a nightmare. If you don't have water and you've got no phone signal, it can mean being trapped in your car for hours in the heat. And Australians do need to prepare on going on long journeys to take a lot of water in case this happens.
There is one thing Australia and the UK do, however, share, and that is a proper cuppa and a biscuit, which is non-negotiable.
So now, you guys over in Australia will often slam back the Tim Tams, whereas here in Britain, we've been slamming the penguins since 1932. Now, I know you Aussies are proud of your Tim Tams, and really, the £10 Poms took over the dunking habit from Britain's penguin slams. And on behalf of all the Brits to all the Australians out there, you're very welcome. You can!
Here, our biggest fear is flooding. Rain, storms, boggy ground.
Now, while Australia can experience flooding, I think it's safe to say the biggest fear in Australia is fires. For example, the 2019 to 2020 Black Summer fires burnt an area the size of the United Kingdom. It's a constant annual threat which shapes the way homesteads are designed, built and managed.
Yeah, two completely different worlds. And we actually drove through one, didn't we, and felt the heat from it.
Yeah, Kakadu National Park we were at. And I don't think it wasn't actually in the national park, but it was on the way to, we went for a supply run to Cairns. No, not Cairns. Not Cairns, where's the other side? Oh gosh, my memory's failing me. You fucking prat. Darwin. We were going to Darwin from Kakadu National Park and we drove past one of these fires and the heat, I always remember that. It was terrifying, it really was. And not something that we have to really
Well, we're just not familiar with it at all, are we, over here? No.
Yes, death!
We moan
fire,
at 30.
burn! And before we wrap up, that is our 10 surprising differences. But visiting Australia made us realise just how tough the Aussies have to be, especially Aussie homesteaders out in the bush.
Let us know in the comments.
You fucking prat! Yes!
Let us know in the comments if you are from Australia.
He's a good cunt! Yes! Yes!
What state or territory did we miss anything and what surprised you the most?
See you in the next one.